earthquake.
Yes, we are all, thank you very much, Naresh. We're also joined by Tomohiko Taniguchi, who's a former advisor to the late Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. He joins us live from Tokyo. Thank you very much once again for joining us, Tomohiko. In just the last couple of hours, we have seen Japan's Meteorological Agency downgrade this warning to an advisory. What factors led to this decision?
Obviously, there have been smaller effect felt across the nation in terms of tremor power over the last 24 hours. I think that's been one of the reasons. And there has been a danger, nonetheless, that in parts of Japan closer to the epicenter might face another wave of tsunami. But time has passed enough for the nation's agency to come to a conclusion that the worst is over. And while it is still the case that people should remain alarmed, they don't have to evacuate, they don't have to be prepared, really the worst case scenario. So that's basically what the situation is like. And also, when Japan was hit by an even greater one on the 11th of March 2011, that was magnitude 9.0. Compared to magnitude 8.8, the seismic power is about double, 2 times as strong as magnitude 8.8. So in that sense, the Japanese have been there and done that. I think that's fair to say so.
Yes, thank you very much for that insight. We now have some more information. Marine and air trafficking groups have recorded widespread disruption due to the earthquake in Russia and the following tsunami alerts. According to FlightAware, more than 470 flights were cancelled or delayed, with significant disruption at several US and Japanese airports. Marine traffic data also showed 91 vessels, including fishing boats, yachts and Coast Guard ships, had evacuated Honolulu Harbor in Hawaii as a precautionary measure. Joseph Gregory Mahoney, I hope you are still with us. You did mention previously the logistical issues that have come of this earthquake during your time in China. Obviously, with over 470 flight cancellations reported, how do you assess the broader impact of natural disasters on global air travel and logistics? Obviously, we've just seen that images of that volcano, consequently, which has also erupted during this earthquake. What are your thoughts, Professor?
You know, I think that if you look at the on-time arrival and departures coming out of Hong Kong over the last couple of years, they've steadily gotten worse. I think this puts pressure on airlines to change some of their tactics. I think that in China, of course, we're very, very sensitive about not taking unnecessary risks, given the accountability and responsibility system that we have here. So these are some concerns. We are generally concerned that there is going to be more and more of this with increasing extreme weather associated with climate change. And certainly there will be some concerns, I think, in the Shanghai region tomorrow to do some assessments, maybe out on Chongming Island, to make sure that that important alluvial island, which plays a vital role in the ecology of East Asia, certainly protecting Shanghai as a barrier island, but as an important migratory bird reserve that's important for Japan and the Korean Peninsula, as well as farther north into Russia. I think we'll have to be assessing some of these tomorrow to see. But you know, there is a general concern that there are 3 regions in China that are especially vulnerable, among the top 5 most vulnerable in the world: the Shandong region, the Jiangsu, Shanghai region, and the Greater Bay Area, which includes Guangzhou, Shanghai, Macau, Shenzhen, these areas. And in terms of fixed capital investment and populations exposed, vulnerable to climate change. So there is a very clear understanding of these concerns. We did see today a major announcement by the government for extending ecological responsibility systems. Previously, they largely focused on official accountability at the top, but these have now been further developed with a more comprehensive institutional response at all levels of government. Those were just announced today. So I think we're all aware of the time in which we're living and the need to make adjustments. And I think that what we saw today in Shanghai, even though we saw a lot of people evacuated and perhaps unnecessarily, that officials are moving very quickly to try to make sure that people are protected and that we avoid more tragedy, like the 30 lives that were lost over the weekend in the Beijing area, or even the greater tragedy that we just saw in Texas with the 120 lives that were lost to the extreme weather there.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to thank all the guests that we've had on that segment, Tomohiko Taniguchi, also Naresh Wada, and of course, Joseph Gregory Mahoney. Thank you very much for joining us on that segment. And we here, of course, at NewsX World, we will continue to bring you all updates on that developing situation. However, we move over to South Asia next, where strong political reaction